Hello and welcome back to Nerdmageddon here on KZLX LP Maryville and also live on the KNWT Facebook page, and later on we'll be on the KNWT YouTube page. By the way, thanks for hosting us as always. I'm your host, Simon Clark. With me I have in a different spot this time.
Yeah, Richie Rivetto. I'm not used to going second in the rotation. Great to be here. Wonderful crowd tonight,
The silent crowd of the stand-in robots we have around us. Yes. On the other side of me, however, we have...
Hi, I'm Molly Hauser. I'm in the same spot as always, and the robots still creep me out so much sometimes.
Yeah, it's mostly the one that's like over here that really stresses me out. Like, her face is way too realistic. Yeah,
I hate it.
Way too realistic. Anyway, we have a lot to get through today. A lot of news happened over the weekend, mostly about, DC and the DC entertainment universe. They basically just went through their big reveal stage of what's called DC Fandome. It's basically like the Marvel showcase that Disney does every so often to tell everybody, hey, these are the movies we're probably going to make. So a couple of the main things that we got were specifically The Batman, which is the new Robert Pattinson Batman, a new Superman, and Black Adam, as well as The Flash. So we've all heard that I've heard at least 3 of these have been in the works for a while now, but I didn't know that there was a new Superman.
I didn't either. I'd heard about Batman and Flash, and the Black Adam, which is also, like, it got a teaser. But I had not heard about new Superman, which is worrying.
Right.
See, I'm curious about the angle they're going to take, because Superman's just such a general do-it-all kind of guy that they had to make these twists when it comes to the movies. Like, oh, what if he was bad? What if he was versus someone?
Right,
so,
yeah. Superman officially has a new motto in the DC universe. Not quite sure what that meant.
I do. I actually know what it's referring to.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
His motto used to be, the American way. And so they decided to change it to, the just way or something like that, because there's a lot of question about using the American way and such when he was supposed to be like a symbol of hope for Earth and not necessarily just America.
Right. They're getting away from that Alien movie route where everything takes place in America.
Right.
He's a man of the people.
Right. No, but there's some interesting stuff. Like I said, Robert Pattinson is Batman. We've known this for a while. It looks really dark and really gritty, but I'm worried that it's going to be another formulaic, introductory thing for him, and I really hope it isn't. Yeah, I think it might be an origin story again.
See, you can only see a guy's parents die in an alleyway so many times before you're like, I get this.
What, this is going to be...
This is another Batman. Time? Yeah, right. And they even in the Joker movie at the very end, they're like, quick, throw in a Batman origin.
So yeah, this would be the 11th then. God, man, that's upsetting. Like, because a lot of the clips that we saw in the teaser trailer were mostly just him, being dark and brooding and being angry. And, like, that's what every single first Batman movie is. There's not much depth to it.
Okay, so I love Batman, and I do agree that it is getting a little out of hand, but that is Batman's personality when he doesn't have someone to balance him.
Yeah.
It's usually that dark, brooding angst.
And I guess, Catwoman is in it. The main villain is the Riddler, from what I've seen.
That'll be fun.
Because that's the main symbol that we saw and everything. I think that there were some shots of the Penguin in there.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Yeah, is he really?
Yeah, ever since those 90s Batman movies.
With Danny DeVito?
Yeah,
that's the only reason,
Christopher Walken, and then they got Arnold Schwarzenegger as, like, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
We need another Batman movie like that. I know a lot of people don't like those movies, but they were different, and honestly, they were a lot of fun.
They were Tim Burton-esque. They were dark and silly, so, yeah, I get what you mean. We got a teaser trailer for The Flash. Ezra Miller is reviving the Flash as always, and I'm glad that they picked him. I feel like he's got a pretty decent handle on who Barry Allen is going to be in this universe. We also saw that in the teaser trailer, we saw Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I missed him as Batman.
Right.
So that's just an exciting thing. Moving along, DC also released a costume design for a Blue Beetle movie. Now, if you don't know who Blue Beetle is, that's okay. Most people don't. Blue Beetle is kind of like, imagine Iron Man, but he's fused with the suit, and it's like bionic, like.
And it's alien.
And it's an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really confusing. Originally, it was just this dude who dressed up in a blue suit and fought crime. Now it's like he's an alien, or like the suit is alien, that kind of thing. It looks really cool. They released this new art. It shows him crouching on some large city gray skyline type structure with lightning coming off of him. Very nice highlighted blues, neon colors. It looks kind of like cyberpunk-esque, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
See, I was probably in the group of people who, until we talked about this prior, I didn't know who Blue Beetle was. Yeah. And hearing it compared to like alien tech kid finds or whatever, and fused suit compared to just boy in spandex, I feel like is a lot more of an interesting angle, and they can do a lot more with it.
Yeah, it's super interesting, super exciting. If you've played Injustice 2, the DC game Injustice 2, Blue Beetle is in that. He plays somewhat of a smaller role. He's just kind of there to help out with like Firestorm and I think the Batman side mostly. But like he's an interesting character. And I'm glad that they're gonna start adding a little bit more depth to him.
Right.
Because he's just cool, and I like him a lot. He's like my second favorite. But
they're expanding the DC universe.
They are.
They're taking out all these picks that they had at the bottom of the barrel. They're blowing off the dust.
Exactly.
Well, Blue Beetle hasn't exactly been at the bottom. He is in Young Justice, the animated TV show, which released its first 2 episodes of season 4.
Yeah.
And that's actually where I first heard of him, was in Young Justice.
Yeah,
where he was actually important.
Yeah, right.
Roles.
Speaking of Young Justice, they have some new stuff coming out. Molly, do you want to cover that since you're kind of the Young Justice nerd of the group?
I actually, as I kind of just mentioned, they recently released the first 2 episodes of season 4, which is titled Young Justice Phantoms. I believe it's a continuation of as they have been doing. I actually haven't been able to watch season 3 yet because I haven't been able to get back into it. I don't quite like some of what I've heard that they did in that season, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Okay.
But it does look, from the trailer that I saw, it does look like we're focusing a bit more on Connor Kent, who is Superboy, and Martians as well.
Is that Superman's son?
Technically, his clone son that was illegally made by Lex Luthor without his permission.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
There's 80 different Supermen all active at one time. It's too many.
But he's teenage, right?
Yes.
So instead of the normal S, he has that one S that we all used to draw on his chest.
No.
Oh, that would have been awesome. I'm sure there is a multiverse where he's got that 3-line S on his chest.
I'll make that if no one else will. I'm not afraid.
We'll commission it from somebody. It'll end up looking awful. And
awesome, right?
Yeah, awfully awesome. In lieu of animated stuff, the Harley Quinn show specifically that recently came out, I didn't realize that there was 2 seasons of it. I thought it was just one.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing and wonderful. I'm excited to see what happens in season 3.
Yeah.
Because season 2 ended with Harley and Ivy driving off into the sunset.
Yeah, and I mean some of the clips here on the story show some art, specifically them in theater attire, like they're going to the Emmys or the Oscars, that sort of thing. And it's just interesting. I didn't know Kaylee Cuoco was also Harley Quinn. I just figured it was Tara Strong again.
No.
Interesting. You learn something new every day. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of this new Harley Quinn show is just, it's interesting because it's taking a different approach to the character of Harley Quinn. It's making her a lot more crass, a lot more, situational irony, but also a lot more empowered. And
I like the cast that they have.
Yeah,
I haven't finished a season, but I have seen a little bit of season 1, and I think that's the one. I don't know. I like the shark.
Yes.
I think his name's King.
King Shark is great.
Shark is great. They have so many different ways of making him work in the universe.
And I like the mud guy.
Clayface.
Clayface.
He's good too.
I can't remember the names for the life of me, but I'm just like, oh, that guy, he's silly. I'm a big fan.
Batman's rogue gallery, honestly, it's really easy to remember names if you look at a character. I mean, obviously, you got Joker, Penguin, Riddler, and all of them.
Yeah,
and
Mr. Freeze is the ice guy.
Mr. Freeze is the ice guy. You look at, like, a shark, and you're like, I don't know, there's a shark, part of his name. You got it partially right.
And 50% for trying.
Yeah. He's also got Killer Croc, who's
Killer
literally
Croc
just a crocodile.
Oh, that's even cooler than a shark.
A deadly man crocodile thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? My fiance would agree with you.
Crocs are dinosaurs, man. They haven't changed in millions of years. But
technically, sharks haven't either.
Yeah, sharks.
They got smaller. I guess the alligators and crocs have too, right?
Yeah. They also lost like shoulder momentum ability. Alligators specifically. Crocodiles can still sprint at 10 miles an hour. It's pretty fast.
We need to pump more oxygen into the air so we get gigantism again with insects and all those things.
No.
I would like to go back. Send me back a couple million years.
You can go back, Richie, but I'm not letting you drag it forward.
All right, that's completely fine, but I'd like to ride a dragonfly,
Okay.
That'd be neat.
That's valid.
But yeah.
I'm terrified of bugs, man. I don't want a giant bug.
DC, a lot of stuff going on, right?
Man,
yeah.
So much. There's an animated Catwoman show, or movie, rather. Hunted. I'm not sure how this one is working out. I mean, I just recently heard about it. Elizabeth Giles is set to voice Catwoman, which, by the way, makes sense. She was...
it makes so much sense.
Yeah, she was... I forget her name.
Jade on Victorious, right?
Yeah, Jade on Victorious.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. This dark, brooding, emo girl...
Catwoman's not emo.
Well, I mean, I would say it's on a borderline if you're running around in complete black spandex and you got a cat motif.
Catwoman is usually portrayed as the femme fatale.
Yeah.
So she's
not sassy.
Emo. Yes, she's sassy, not emo.
Right.
Sassy. Yeah, she is. She's got some good banter with every single character.
Oh, absolutely.
She's awesome. This is gonna have Batwoman, Black Mask, Solomon Grundy of all people. He's the zombie guy.
Yeah.
He's the big guy. He says he speaks in third person. He smashes.
Pretty much. He's evil Hulk.
Hogan.
Yeah, no, not Hulk Hogan. Evil Hulk in the DC universe.
It's cool. I mean, you
big,
get the
strong
whole
man.
Zombie thing going.
Yeah.
My question is, I'm actually not familiar with one of these characters.
Yeah, which one?
Black Mask.
Really? You don't know who Black Mask is?
He's a mafia guy from Gotham.
Yeah. He wears a black skull mask. So imagine Red Skull from Marvel.
Right.
Who literally just has a red skull as a head.
Yeah.
Is kind of his superpower besides supreme intellect.
And money.
And money. Well,
money.
Money from Hitler, yes.
Yeah, that's a whole weird thing.
It's interesting. So imagine that, but mafia style and...
the pinstripe suits and the Tommy
literally,
guns.
Yes.
Oh my
actually.
goodness! I think this guy's gonna become my favorite.
He's actually in the Birds of Prey movie. So if you want to see him in action, like live action, you can see him there.
Right.
And he's played by the same person.
That was the Harley Quinn movie, right?
Yeah.
Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Okay.
He's played by Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
How have I not seen this movie?
I
That's
don't
amazing.
know.
It's a pretty funny movie, actually.
I love
really
the
good.
prequels, and that's the only thing I know Ewan McGregor for.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh man,
I'm a very one-track person, Simon. You know?
I get what you mean. I mean, at least Ben, our producer, he would be glad that that's who you know him as.
Right,
is
of
Obi-Wan
course.
Kenobi from the prequels of Star Wars.
I mean, half the kids' closet is Star Wars graphic tees. You know?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure if we were to go look outside, we might see Ben in a Star Wars tee.
Do you want to make a bet if he walks by the window?
If he walks by the window, okay. During break, we're gonna walk out and look at Ben, and if he's wearing a Star Wars tee,
No,
he's
wearing his dang old Mickey Mouse T-shirt.
I'm glad we didn't put any money down on this. It's still Disney affiliate since Star Wars.
This guy's
is
all
Disney
about
now.
Disney.
I know, right? Anyway, that was a huge tangent about Catwoman, but it seems like it's going to be kind of like a Kill Bill situation. It seems like she's going kind of solo, going against the main villains in Gotham, or some big name villains at least.
Well, I think she's a charismatic enough character to be able to take a solo role in a movie and be able to pull it all the way through.
Absolutely.
So I'm not really concerned. Plus, the art looks pretty nice in the one screenshot we have in the article.
Yeah.
Don't know where she got a sword, but I mean, I'm all for it, I guess.
The answer is anywhere and everywhere.
There you go.
Catwoman is one of those people similar to Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul, who are the people who they basically trained Batman to be ninja assassin-esque.
Right.
She's similar in that literally anything can be a weapon. So just because she has a sword doesn't really necessarily mean much, but she's got one in this one.
Now this is might be a little off topic, but it's once again reaching DC. Wasn't there a Batman movie where he's fighting some guy in a dojo?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Batman Begins.
That was Batman Begins. Okay.
Yeah, the one with the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
That was kind of just okay, and then the second one after that, Dark Knight, lauded as one of the best Batman movies.
Oh, I love Dark Knight, and the one after that, I forget which one it is, but it has Bane in it. I never saw that first one. I've only seen the dojo scene.
Interesting.
I don't know why. It just always escaped my radar, and I've always wanted to see it because Scarecrow seems like a cool guy, villain.
He's one of my favorites,
right?
Personally. Yeah, I mean, the whole fear toxin thing, it's kind of interesting, but that's just a lot to comment with right now. We do have more stuff to get into.
I know. I just thought I'd mention.
Yeah. On the other side of comic book news, comic book film news, ? A lot of Marvel movies are being pushed back. Specifically, Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness, which everybody's excited for. Thor: Love and Thunder, which is the fourth Thor movie. Why'd I do that?
I don't know.
Fourth.
Your thumb counts,
I guess, yeah. Fourth. The fourth Thor movie, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and then also Disney-wise, Indiana Jones #5, which I'm okay with.
The oddball of the group, but
keep it going. Just keep pushing it away.
How old Harrison Ford? He's 82.
He's getting up there. I don't know how old exactly.
I think he's in his 60s.
Oh man.
We'll find out. We'll find out at the break.
Missed the mark a little bit.
A little bit. So the specifics of these pushbacks are that Doctor Strange 2 is going to be released on March 25th, or it was supposed to be released on March 25th, rather. And it's being pushed up a couple months to May 6th. Thor: Love and Thunder was going to be on May 6th, and now it's on July 8th. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was July 8th, and now it's November 11th.
I think I see a pattern.
Yeah, they're just kind of shifting everything over. I don't know why necessarily. I think maybe just they want to...
All right, push it back -1. Whatever was going to be after it, make it then. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then, the Black Panther sequel jumping up to November here. The Marvels, which is postponed into 2023. I'm pretty sure The Marvels is the sequel to Captain Marvel, which...
that would make sense.
Honestly, I'm so excited for that at some point, because I recently only watched Captain Marvel this past summer.
Right.
It was so good.
It's very good.
It was surprisingly good. I don't know why I kept pushing it off, and like we just kind of sat down and started watching through all of them. So, yeah. And then another one, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, is bumped from February 17th to July 28th of 2023. So a lot of pushbacks are coming through, which, you know what? If it means that we're getting higher quality stuff, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That one seems like the biggest jump out of all of them. Ant-Man, Quantumania, February to July.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is going from July to November.
That's a pretty big jump.
So.
Right. Oh, they both are pretty long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what? If we're getting better content out of it, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's the initial like, oh man, but you know it's going to be a better product at the end. Hopefully.
On the same topic of content, going into our geekomendation. Last week, I geekomended SCP Overlord, a short film about the SCP online franchise. I don't want to call it a franchise because it's not. It doesn't really have any like financial grounding necessarily, but it's there.
I feel like the fan base is dedicated enough to keep it going as it is. Because there's how many SCPs?
They're hitting, I think, upwards of the 6,000.
Yeah, it's
range.
insane.
They're in the 6,000 series. I think that they have like in like released novel pieces that there are certain ones that are up in like 9,000.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like,
and they all range.
It's crazy. It's just insane. But I want to know what you guys thought.
You want to go first, Molly?
Okay, so I thought it was good. I have some I kept waiting for someone to die sooner than when the first person did.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit the SCP's general everybody dies motif.
Yeah.
I mean, they spoiler alert, most of them do, but like
who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed? I also felt like I couldn't place what was happening half the time.
Yeah.
And I felt like all of them seemed very disconnected from each other, like all the agents, because they were all just wearing like jeans and t-shirts. And that just didn't feel like Black Ops to me. I don't know. It was good. It's just I was noticing a lot of like little things that I was just kind of like, I feel like they could have done this a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and that's okay. I get where you're coming from.
See, I was actually thinking more along the lines of the same thing, but then I kind of was like, okay, hold on, take a pause. I'm watching this on YouTube. It's a short film, you know. I don't mind if I see the occasional like Black Ops member wearing a Converse or two. You know what I mean?
Converse are fine, but you can go out and buy cargo pants for everyone.
Oh, I agree, right? But I was in it for the SCPs. I didn't really care about the humans at all. I was like, I want to see some monsters.
Yeah, right. And monsters you saw.
Oh, absolutely. You ever play the SCP game?
Yeah, I tried. It's very scary, so I stopped playing it. But yeah, you know, what would you guys rate this?
I'm
ready for it. I'm ready for low scores.
3.5 out of 5 tentacles.
Yeah, those are there.
Those
and boy, are they there.
I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
I would give it, honestly, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 Halloweens, mostly because when you mentioned last week SCP, my eyes lit up. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's spooky season.
It's spooky season. I absolutely adore what they have going on. Mm-hmm. It's just, honestly, it's such amazing what everyone can do by making these. So
right, and it's crazy just how insane fandoms can get to make things of this quality as well.
Right.
But yeah, Richie, you are currently in the geekomendation spot. John is sick today, or during the time of this filming, rather. So you get to geekomend what you want us to watch next.
I feel bad for John. I don't know if he's ever coming back, you know.
He's going to come back. He's fine. He's just got a cold. He's got a cold.
Real fast, my geekomendation. I don't know, since I kind of joined recently, if Cowboy Bebop has already been mentioned.
It has.
So that's why I was going to go the route of watch the live action like demo bit that they just released.
Oh.
Okay.
They're giving you a feel. They released like a small little like trailer. I know it's like not really much, but I kind of wasn't expecting.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But I recommend watching the live action. A lot of people were complaining about it, but I think it's great.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be great. So you heard it here first. We're going to be checking out the live action Cowboy Bebop demo. I'm Simon Clark. I've been with Richie and Molly. And as always, you nerd it here first.